I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it. Yeah, I pull up, roll the window down it.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, you can't That's why I spend my life.
The truths that I hold about her.
What are they?
Do you really want me to do this?
You can if you would. I would love for you to.
Don't do that.
Fake it till you make it, that's the internet code.
Hi, hotties, kettles, tea stars. You here for hot tea? All commentary is alleged, and in my opinion, this is for entertainment purposes only. Today is a celebratory moment. Dusty, Dan, and Laberrick have sold their home. Now, since Dusty Dan fans are such angry birds like her, I decided to be a little bit more happy than the comment that I gave her trying to uplift her. So I hope this suits you hoes. Now let's get into this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the post notification bell so you guys are up to date each and every time that I upload. Now this is a good thing that Dusty Dan and Laberrick have finally sold their home. You guys know Dusty Dan and Laberrick have been through so much turmoil when it comes to, and I'm literally not being shady, but they done been through a lot when it comes to getting this home sold, so much so it's created a beef amongst Dusty Dan and some of the Love and Marriage Huntsville cast, which we will talk about in this video. Now, I know a lot of you guys are under the impression that Dusty Dan is no victim in this situation, and hey, I'm not agreeing or disagreeing. I'm just talking about the situation. That being said, per my last video talking about Dusty Dan and the Laberrick situation, I actually do agree with a lot of you guys that feel like she doesn't deserve the home because she didn't put that many years into the relationship. Noted. I actually think that's a valid point. But we're not here to talk about Dusty Dan and her criminalistic affairs, because I'm really hoping she can turn a new leaf and get herself together, because she got a kid and she needs to get her shit together. So luckily the messy snots were able to stick their foot in this and be of some type of help. In case you guys weren't aware, that's one of the Big Bat Scotts. And this is no shade to you, Mr. Big Bat Scott. I'm just a little tired of the Scotts, and there's no need to really mention a new Scott in the equation until we can figure out what's going on with the Scotts that's already in the equation and all their scams. Because I'm sure, all right, and this is just my opinion, if we introduce you, somebody gonna unpack one of your scams because you are connected to the Scotts. And I'm sure you don't want that happening, so you shouldn't even feel no type of way that I don't even want to mention you. But baby, one of the Big Bat Scotts stepped in to help Dusty Dan and Laberrick get this home sold, because we know that it was a big old debacle when Laberrick reached out to his good friend Chris Fletcher to help him sell this home. Dusty Dan took this to be offensive, which is why we got this legendary, what I presume to be a mugshot of Letitia breaking up the debacle with Dusty Dan and Chris Fletcher. Granted, Chris Fletcher probably wasn't even giving her much energy, but Dusty Dan is naturally aggressive, and so she was giving all the energy she could give. Now, I would say that's just my opinion, but y'all can look at the video for yourself. In my opinion, Dusty Dan was giving a little bit too much energy, because Chris Fletcher is a realtor. He was selling the home. He was hired to do a job. In my opinion, because all of Dusty Dan's antics, that's why they weren't able to really get the number that they wanted for the home. It took so much for the people to get the home sold. They just took what they can get, which allegedly is under asking price. So at the top of this year in January, when Mel's baby mama was doing his, I don't know what the hell he was doing with this event in this fake magazine cover that he did, where that no-name magazine has since then lost all credibility because they want to do favors for friends instead of release real news and real stories discussing not what the person want us to know, but the truth. So Dusty Dan attended this event where Chris Fletcher and Miss Neil Fletcher, who I adore, also attended, and it looked like Dusty Dan got into some type of altercation with Chris and Neil, having to do with him being the realtor and the person who sold the home. Allegedly, her issue was he was selling the home and the address was on the flyer and she stayed there with her child. But that was to be debunked because Love, your baby daddy, posted the address on his Instagram. So I don't even understand why she really took issue with Chris. He was only doing his job. So maybe she felt like Chris held some type of loyalty to her. Dusty Dan is delusional in my opinion. She holds no loyalty to anyone but want everybody to have loyalty to her. However, I'm under the impression that because of so many of the antics like this was the reason why it was so hard to sell this home. Dusty Dan simply made it hard to sell the home, and you can see that with the open house debacle. Whether Dusty Dan liked it or not, she should have got a cleaner to clean the home because people were coming to view the home outright. Whether anyone agreed with the way it was done or not, she really blew the situation up 10 times more.
The truths that I hold about her.
What are they?
And y'all, and I'm not trying to roast or anything like that, but it was so hard to sell the house. Chris Fletcher had to do a damn giveaway. Who remembers the giveaway? So yeah, I just wanted to come and remind y'all because it was a lot going on. And at the time, the house was listed at 494, and before that, it was listed at 5. So they starting out wanting $500K. It got to the higher end of $400K. And granted, they sold it, but I do believe they could have sold it at a better price had it not been for all of these antics. That being said, I'm sure a lot of you guys were shocked to see Dusty Dan also post her selling the home. In typical Dusty Dan doing anything for attention, she posted a picture of one of the big bad Scots and another man, and I'm assuming that's the man who her and Laberrick sold the home to. I'm also assuming they both pulled up to the close and signed papers at separate times. And of course, she had to be there because she do get a little bit of money from selling the home. So congratulations, Dusty Dan. Hopefully she can take that, invest it somewhere, and make something work, and we don't see her pop out with a new Chanel bag. And look, I'm not trying to count nobody's pockets, so let me just mind my business, okay? Or maybe she could replace that Gucci bag Stormy got her. Who knows? Y'all get in the comments. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, hit the post notification bell so you guys are up to date each and every time that I upload.
How y'all doing this morning? I am here at the Madison County Courthouse. About to turn myself in, and look who's always with me. My dad. My rider. Always. I hate this for him more than anything. One thing through it all is I've learned that I'm one of God's strongest soldiers. And the battles are always given to us. As much as we don't want to.
Yeah, I pull up, roll the window down it. I pull up, roll the window down it. Yeah, I pull up, roll the window down it.
Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel like chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, you can't
It's not in
That's why I spend my life